How's everyone's day so far? Waiting for him to accept. Come
Oh,
on.
how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic, dude. It's hot outside, but I feel great, you know?
Is it is it said I've not been outside yet today and it's already 4 o'clock my time?
No, that's me. No, that's literally me. Like, I mean, what else are we supposed to do? Like, go outside and just like, I mean, I guess you could go look and use and appreciate the
Yeah.
beauty, but other than that, there's not much.
Appreciate. Just I know, I
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Have you been outside a lot today? Like I see you guys like work out
No,
every
so
single day and it's outside, right?
yeah, yeah. I wake up at like 8:30. We all wake up at 8:30, and then we go work out, and it's like outside. So we'll consider that like our outdoor activity, and then we just go inside for the rest of the day. And they all make
There you
videos,
go. That's
and
the
I
kind
do
of
awesome stuff
motivation
like
we
this.
need.
Yeah, I know, right? Everybody, dude, get your
Yeah.
workout grind on. Come on, get out there.
Yeah.
If I can do it, promise you can do it because I'm just not like a workout junkie. So
Well, awesome. So quarantine's been good for you. Been busy working out.
yeah,
Also, you just released new music recently. That happened.
yes, yeah, dude. Quarantine's been crazy. I mean, not no one's really sure like what they're supposed to be doing right now. You know what I mean? So if it wasn't here, I'd be out touring the country, you know, performing and then doing shows like this live. But you know, I've just been doing live interviews and working out and really focusing on my music. So it's like it started off as like a curse, it seemed like, but it's turned into a blessing because I got to
I
have a
know,
lot of
right?
time to kind of like reconvene and really think about what I'm doing.
That's cool. And like refocus too. I feel like it's giving you like the
Yeah,
opportunity to kind of just like find the things you want to focus on. So I want to ask you this. I actually heard you mention something very interesting. I feel like anyone that follows a passion of any sort always has kind of like an aha moment that kind of leads
yeah,
them to that. And I heard that
yeah,
yours was when you were watching Never Say Never by Justin Bieber. You started crying and you're like, that's what I
yeah.
want to do.
No,
Is that true?
exactly. I mean, it's like weird because I mean, I'm a big believer in like not making emotional decisions because I think like emotions are super powerful and they just can change like logic, right? But I was a kid, so who cares about that, right? And so I watched Never Say Never, and it was like super heartwarming, I guess. And I had like the same hair as Justin, so I just felt like a real connection, right? And I was like, if he can do that, I can do that. So I started singing, probably when I was like 10, and then the biggest like epiphany I had when I actually wanted like started realized that I like needed to make real music, not just like sing, was when I went to Juice World concert last July, and then it was during one of his songs called Empty, and I just like my mind just completely like it's like it blew up and then formed back together in like a different way. You know what I'm saying? And so it since that point I just went home and that's when I really started taking everything serious. But yeah, Justin Bieber and Juice World, dude, will always be my idols forever and always.
I love that. I feel like you never grow out of that phase too, right? Like no matter who you
No,
work
yeah.
with, who you meet, you're always gonna have those people that will humble you and make you feel like that fan no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
it's like it's that's another thing too is coming out to LA. Like I just don't I didn't know anything about social media. I really didn't even know anything about like the celebrity life or music. So I didn't really have anybody that I really would like fan over, I guess. Um, and then I just like jumped into the music scene. So now it's like it's in between. But if I saw Justin Bieber, I'd probably just tell him like, bro, dude, you are just a legend. Like you're just like a fucking legend. Like that's exactly what you are. That's what I'd have to tell him. I don't think I'd fan out, but I'd just be like, bro, respect. You're like a G. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. Is there anyone though that like if you okay, so you're on a label with like Paramore, Panic at the Disco, 21 Pilots. Is there any artist that if you were offered the ability to work with them, you'd freak out about?
Freak out. Okay, here I'll give this answer. Like inside, I'd be like freaking out because I would know like what type of music we could make, and so
Yeah.
probably Lil Uzi. Like if Lil Uzi
Okay.
hit up my team and was like, "Yo, I want to make a song," I think I would freak out just because like, dude, this is going to be the greatest song like of all time. Like I just know, uh, like the music that I want to make and like the ideas I have and like the legendary status and like talent of all these other artists. I'd just be freaking out like, dude, we're about to make a banger. You know what I mean?
Okay. What would the vibe of that collaboration be? Because your vibes are a little different.
Yeah. Um, it's funny because like I do rock music, right? And I came out with like a lot like really rock uh, sounding songs at first because I wanted people to understand like, yo, I do rock music, right? And so, but I'm about to be working with a couple different rap artists, which is gonna be really fun. So it's gonna be like this rock rap mix. And I don't honestly, I think Uzi can do anything. I think he's a rock star instead of like a rapper, or even like I don't even, he's not even really a rapper. He does like his own style of music. So it would be like, imagine like Kanye West meets like MGK. That's what I would put it as. That's what it's gonna sound like.
Okay. I'm
I
excited
already
for
have it all
that.
planned out. I promise. I promise you. I've thought about
You're
it a
ready to
lot.
go. You're hitting the ground running. I
Super.
mean, this is still so new for you too, right?
Yeah, super new. I started literally last October. It was when I ever first ever went to a studio.
So how do you navigate that world? Like being thrown into it, especially now. I feel like everything's in this bubble too.
Yeah, you can't really. That's actually a really good question because I feel like a lot of people jump into a lot of things and they're just like not ready for it. And so I only went into the space saying like, "Yo, if this works, then I'm gonna do it, and if it doesn't, then I'm just gonna like let go of it." Right? That's how I was doing. So um, I still had faith in myself, but I wasn't trying to like force myself anywhere. And so that's how I went about it. You know, it's like really hard because you can't trust everyone. A lot of people are in it for like their own gain, which is really sad to hear, but it's true. Um, Finding your own sound is really hard too. So it's like a long ass process. It took me 8 months to release my first single, just with like legal work and trying to figure it out everything. And then, but once I did that, then I kind of like understood the process. And honestly, being signed with Travis really just like he's just like my dad in the whole thing. It's awesome. He just knows what to do and what not to do. So because I have Travis, it's been a lot easier. But at the beginning, it was kind of like, yo, what am I doing? You know?
Yeah. That's really cool. What would you say is like the best thing he's taught you?
Oh my gosh. There's so many things. He's literally like a life coach more than just like uh, my label, which is awesome. But he's really taught me patience. Like he'll go over a song 70 times before he releases it. Like make a like do the same song 70 different ways. And like literally this last song that we worked on that I'm coming out with, it's called Tonight, comes out in like 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks, and we literally made 74 bounces of that song. And I don't know if you know what that means, but that means like he redid the song 74 times. So he's like a really big perfectionist. So patience is probably a big thing for me, and also just being diligent. I mean, I think that goes hand in hand. But
That's so cool. That's really cool. I have
yeah,
a kind of an unrelated question. So I know that I don't know if you ever watched the show back in the day, but like I grew up watching Meet the Barkers on MTV.
Oh my gosh, of course I know what that is.
Okay. So,
That's
I
so
mean,
funny.
so now that you're in this content house with a whole bunch of people, it's almost like you guys have your own reality show. Your life is almost
Yeah.
kind of turned into that. Has he given you any advice in that respect? Because I feel like TikTok and like YouTube is 2020's version of all of those reality shows that started on MTV like years ago. Has he given you any kind of advice in that way?
Yeah, I mean, he like a lot of stuff has already happened since I signed with him, and he's just like pretty straight up. Like he comes from the punk side of things, right? So they just kind of do
Yeah.
what they want. But
Yeah, right?
he just tells me to like really just watch what you say. I mean, one, don't say something if you don't mean it, and then two, just make sure you understand what you're talking about. And but honestly, it's kind of like it's pretty easy to figure out how corrupted like social media and everything is. So I've had a pretty good eye on it, but he helps me wherever he can. You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's probably tough because you're what, 19?
Yeah, I'm 19.
So you moved to LA and you're doing your parents supportive of this? Were they just like, okay, cool, like go for it? Or did they try to fight and be like, no, you should probably stay home and do school? Like, how did that whole process work?
Um, I was at a really bad place in my life, so like mentally, and so my parents wanted the best for me, you know, but I don't think they really knew what that was at the moment. So they had a lot of faith themselves. My mom was really, really sad because I just like went to LA and then didn't come home. Like I went on tour for social media and then we ended up in LA and then I just like stayed there and I didn't come home and I was just like homeless in LA for like 5 months. And
Oh my
so
gosh.
yeah, my parents were super supportive because I think they saw like the end goal and they saw how passionate I was about it. Um, and they've honestly just been the best people like ever. They loved me so much. So that was a really big part in honestly it all working out was their support. So I love them.
And I think it's really cool too that like you're so open about your past and kind of your struggles. You put that forth into your music, which I think is amazing. I love, especially now in quarantine. I feel like I'm gravitating
Yeah,
more towards like the very like I need songs that when I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, yes, you understand me. I'm feeling all of these
yeah,
emotions too. It's so nice to have that. And like one of your music videos was actually a fundraiser too, and you had
yeah.
all of the information for a national suicide hotline in your music video for Pray. Like, why do you feel like that's so important?
You know, there's so much. I'll tell you this. I think this is something that a lot of people need to hear as well. Is
Mm-hmm.
like there's a lot of things I could have done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially coming out to LA, I realized that there's literally so much I can do to make money. A lot of people don't really understand it, but like there's a lot you can do to make money.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning, you know, I came out here and that's all anyone ever cares about. And at the beginning, that's all I cared about. I was like, yo, how am I going to make money? Like, how am I going to be rich? Right. And then I finally like I just grew up really broke, and I finally like had like a time in my life where I realized like where I came from, and I'm like, dude, I don't care about the money, I don't care about the fame. I just really want to like help people, but I also want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be like a social worker or like something like that. Like I want to do what I love, but also getting to like love on other people. And so I just like I think that's really where I found my connection with music is because music is so like therapeutical, or therapeutic and like so helpful for people, and they don't even really know it. So I kind of wanted to take that and just implement like stuff like with mental health awareness and just real shit because like people don't really see music as real. You know what I'm saying? Like if you listen to half the songs everyone sings, it's like, oh my god, are they really singing that? You know what I'm saying? So if we started putting shit in music where it was like actually helpful for people and people could connect to it and unify them, I think that's what Juice WRLD did really well at. So that was my goal, and that's why I gravitate towards music because it's so longevity. You know what I mean? Like you can't take music away. Like literally, you can't. So it's I just love it. Everything about it. It's so beautiful. I love music.
Yeah. And I feel like you can always tell too when someone's genuine, like with their lyrics and just like the way that they put forth emotion. Like you can close your eyes and literally feel that person's words like coming into you. And it really does. It has like I obviously work in radio because I'm such a music lover. Like you really
Yeah,
just like enjoy what you're feeling. And it's really powerful. And I mean, obviously with your platform, you have so many followers and so many people in social media now. I mean, I feel like I do 90% of my interactions with people via social media. So you have such a
yeah,
big reach and such a big platform. Do you ever feel any sort of like responsibility to like make sure that you're
one
sending
hundred
a
percent.
message, or do you just, you feel like you want to do it to help?
100%. And it's like it's really hard though because the way like the world's working now is everyone really just wants to look on the negative things that people like go through, and it's like if we start doing that, then you'll like it'll never be enough because like there's things daily like per person that could change. You know what I'm saying? And just be bad. But um, like that's the part about social media is no one really has like a good awareness of like people are humans and and that whole concept, right? But yeah, I do feel a responsibility for sure, and it's not even like a burden. Like I enjoy it. um I think I knew what I was getting into really kind of. So I enjoy the opportunity for like a check almost to keep myself responsible because
Yeah.
I really do need it. Everyone needs somebody to tell them when they're doing wrong and um, or remind them and like in love, you know what I'm saying? Everyone online is like, yo, you're doing wrong, go die, like leave. Like that's what they say. So it gets pretty intense online. But yeah, I mean, honestly, social media is just like a crazy world. It's a whole
Did
different
you
world.
watch
So I'm
Netflix? Did you watch that Netflix thing? What was it called? Social Dilemma.
the
Did you
social
watch that?
dilemma. Yeah, I did. Isn't that gnarly?
I haven't watched all of it yet, but I was watching the trailer and I was like, I don't even think I can do this because I know
No, it'll
everything you're
freak.
about to tell me. I'm still gonna be
Yeah.
addicted to it, but now I'm just gonna be conscious and
Yeah, it's like actually pretty scary because it's all 100% true. Like even more so than we probably think. So it's like this whole social media thing is whack. I'm really just trying to make music. I wish I could have fun on social media again. Like I wish I could. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if anyone can because people are just like so angry all the time. And it's like, dude, we have so much more to live for than like anger and like jealousy and stuff like that. Let's just make music and be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like really just enjoy life. So that's my goal for everyone.
what would you say is like the biggest thing you've learned about yourself through all of this?
That's such a good question, and I don't want to like answer that like flippantly. So,
Yeah, take a second.
biggest thing that I've learned about myself, it's that I think it's really hard for people to admit this, but I'm just like super open. I think it becomes very easy for people um, to end up like deceiving themselves on a lot of different things. Like I've noticed that I've become very good at convincing myself of stuff, and then like not even like convincing myself of stuff, but just like actually changing my mind about something and acting like I didn't have the like different view before, if that makes sense. Like I've just become my best like asset. I've realized that I can become my best asset or my worst enemy during this quarantine. Like you can be the person that gets you places you could have never been before, or you could be the person that takes you lower than you've never been. You know, I think that's what I've learned about myself, which is actually pretty deep. And I just brought that out of nowhere, but hell yeah.
It is really deep, but I feel like I feel like everyone's kind of figuring that line out right now too. I mean, I've definitely been there
Yeah,
in quarantine, so it's very relatable. And you're not
super
alone in that
relatable.
aspect. So I want to touch on new stuff because I was looking at your Twitter and it sounds like you are going to be releasing more new music soon.
I am releasing more new music soon. I'm so fucking. You have no idea. I'm so excited. Like this. So I'll just tell you. Fine. I'll just tell you. Okay. So there's only like
Just
what
yeah, I
2,700
mean,
people on here. I'll just tell you.
go
There's
for
only
it.
2,700 people on here.
It's
So I
just our
have a
secret.
song in like 2.5 weeks, right? With a feature on it. Okay. My first feature. It's gonna be super dope. I won't
Is it
tell
gonna
you
be
who the
Rambo?
feature is, but let's just say like you definitely know who he is. Okay.
Okay.
I would hope. I don't know. I've said it to a couple people like over in the East Coast, and they don't really know who he is as much. Um, but I would think that everyone would. And so
I mean,
that's
you
gonna
can
be
just
really
drop
fun.
the name and I'll tell you if I know them if you want.
Okay. Oh, do you know Ian?
Ian?
Do you know who Ian is? Yeah, Ian Dior.
Oh yeah, he's on
Yeah, yeah.
Mood, the song Mood.
Yeah. Mood with
Yeah.
24K Golden and like Sick and Tired with MGK. Okay, so like 29. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to say anything, but yeah, that's the feature for
It's our
my next
secret.
song. It's our secret. All right, so we're doing a bunch of cool stuff. Like the music video is gonna be dope,
That's
and then after that, I have a EP that I'm dropping, and I think it's like either late October or early November. I'm not sure. So that's gonna be really fun. It's like 7 new songs, so that's exciting.
oh my god. Okay, so late October, early November, so like spooky season vibes. Is it gonna have like Halloween vibes to it?
Uh, See, we thought about doing stuff like that, but I have so many other songs that I've been working on that we really just wanted to put in there that we're
Mm-hmm.
not doing a Halloween vibe. But I will tell you this: me and Travis are talking. I think we're gonna do a Christmas song,
Hey,
like a
yes.
rock Christmas song. It's gonna be fire. I'm gonna do something with it where it's
Okay.
like dope. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Are you gonna wear like matching Christmas sweaters and stuff? You got to do that. You have
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
that.
Christmas sweaters. Me and Travis with the little like Santa hat and shit.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. That's amazing. Okay, so I need to ask you about TikTok a little bit because
Go
it
for
has
it.
consumed my life in quarantine. I'm really bad at making, I'm like actually so bad at making videos. I don't know what to do with myself in
Yeah.
them. So I'm mostly a watcher. I have like a few videos. But like, how do you choose what trends you want to jump on? What are your favorite trends right now? Do you just like coming up with original content? Like, what's your, I need all of the help. So give me all of the tips.
I wish I could be more helpful because like I genuinely get TikTok is such a phenomenon and like it's actually
Okay.
a pretty cool thing, but
It
I
is.
just don't really use it. I just don't really use it anymore. Like if I get on it, I'll get on there to like make a video that I think is like funny, but my humor is like just not that good. So it's more just like it's honestly not that funny. But I'm like, guys, look at this funny ass fucking video, and all my friends are
Yeah,
like, yeah, yeah,
that's
they're
how I feel too. And then I post a video and it gets like 5 views. And I was like,
fine.
give them that
See,
money.
mine just
Okay.
gets views because I'm around like all. That's it. Like back when they don't watch my videos for me anymore. They just try to like look at my friends. But yeah, I'll post one like maybe once a week, like
Okay.
maybe once a week at most. But
Do you have any
we'll see.
favorite trends right now? Or do you not watch them at all?
No, I don't really watch TikTok, which sucks. Honestly, like I don't think you understand how much it sucks because like all of my friends are just TikTokers and they're all like, "Oh, have you seen that video?" And I'm like, No, I haven't. That sucks.
I need to ask though. Okay, so you live in this way house, and
So, hey, what's up, dude? So,
um,
we live in like, okay, here's how it works. So Bryce, Blake, um, J Rod, and Noah live in a house. This one,
okay,
the one that I'm at right now.
got
And
it.
we come here to like work out and work and stuff. And then me, Josh, Griffin, and Quentin have a house somewhere else as well.
Got it.
So we have two
Okay.
houses. But yes, I live at Sway, like with Sway.
Okay. So when your roommates, I guess that's what you'd call them, are like coming up with TikTok dances, I need to know. I mean, I see you guys doing it on TikTok, like kind of hating on each other for like the cringy ones. Like what is the
Yeah.
aftermath when someone posts a really cringy TikTok? How does that go down?
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. I mean, like, this is my thing, okay? Like, what people like hate the cringy TikToks, right? But
Yeah.
they love them so much. Like, they're so addicted to them. Like, those are the videos that they want to watch just so they can like shit on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, in the same way, like Bryce is like notorious for this. So Bryce is like, Bryce's thing is just like he loves acting like he's cool, even if he knows like he's not. In the moment, he'll just fake it until he makes it. So it's like super funny, right? And he'll make like a cringy ass TikTok, and we'll just watch it, and then we just like clown him for like 10 minutes, and then he posts it, and it's funny. So like the behind the scenes between all the TikToks are actually really funny because like
Yeah.
honestly, like if you have people think that we're like weird and we're like not normal humans, but you know how you just like shit on your friends, like that's how, like if you're really good friends, like y'all just make fun of each other, and that's all we do is just make fun of each other all the time. So it's so fun, like genuinely it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Who would you say has the cringiest TikToks in your opinion?
Oh
Well, no,
fuck,
go for it.
definitely either Bryce or Griffin. Definitely either Bryce.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know, Josh is in there too. I'd just say they're all cringy. I'd just
You're
say
like
all of
all of
them.
them except for me. So
Yeah, all of them except for me. I don't know, I used to make really really cringy TikToks. Like I look back, man, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know why I was doing that, but you can't like, I'm like, it was a part of it. It was a part of the journey. It keeps me humble.
I think it's
Looking
amazing.
back.
Yeah. What were you saying?
What were you saying? I think it glitched. The
Oh,
Wi-Fi
I was
here
gonna
sucks. So.
say, I think it's gonna be so funny when, like, I mean, now that TikTok is like here, I mean, I hope it's here for good. I don't know with all of these deals and things. I'm just like crossing my fingers and hoping for the best. But it's gonna be very
Yeah.
interesting in like, let's say 5 years, 10 years. Like, I grew up in MySpace era. I had a MySpace, okay?
Yeah.
When I was able to look back and like find, I could not find my MySpace recently. I tried. Trust me, I tried. I wanted to look at the
Yeah.
cringy photos. But I think like 3 years ago I found it. And I had like my senior photos on there. I had like the
Yeah.
death
Yeah.
face photos. Like I'm
You like
telling you,
think you
looking
look really good at the time. Like that's what you're
right.
thinking. Like I look back and I'm like, damn, I was so ugly. But in the moment, it's like, wow, I look really good right there. You know what I mean?
Imagine scrolling through TikTok in 5 years. You're gonna be like, what?
I don't think I will. Like maybe if people forced me to like scroll through, but I don't think I would. I don't know.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that's funny actually.
It's going to be a very interesting ride. Well, it sounds like your future is very bright. You have a lot of stuff in the works. What is one thing before this dumpster fire of a year is over?
Yeah,
What's one thing
literally.
in 2020 that you actually like want to be able to check off a bucket list, or have you already checked those things off?
Um, I don't know. I mean, there's probably a lot of things that I really want to do. I don't know if I've ever made the point to actually like designate it as like a goal of mine in 2020.
Yeah.
But I think I want to have in 2020 is kind of far fetched because like I don't know, a lot of people do it, but 2021 I want to have a top 5